Let's talk to Linda Mnisi. He is at court. Linda, if you're able to hear us, I have tried to summarize the best way I can. Give us the salient points from your end, in particular whether the court is still going to resume to consider the other accused bail application.
Well, indeed, the court will resume to continue with the other matters related, of course, to the Thabo Bester escape. This was Thabo Bester appearing virtually in this court. The next person to appear, we're told, is Dr. Nandi Magudumana, because they first want to deal with the virtual appearances. But, of course, quite a number of submissions made before this court this morning. We saw an application by Thabo Bester's new lawyers saying that they want the court to satisfy itself that it is indeed Thabo Bester that appeared before this court. They used the example of Dr. Nandi Magudumana having brought to court and being asked to remove the mask and her hoodie, and that at the time, you'll remember, she had come to court. I think it was the second appearance where she still had the hoodie on and the mask on. So the court then being asked to satisfy itself that the accused before the court was indeed Dr. Nandi Magudumana. So we're seeing Advocate Pela now, the new legal representative for Thabo Bester, making the same requests and using that as a comparison. But the court trying to clarify to Advocate Pela that in fact it can't be that comparison can't be applied to Thabo Bester, because if you look at his very first appearance, he did not cover himself up. So the issue around whether it was him or not wasn't in dispute. You would have heard Advocate Pela raising the issue around what he calls the purported death certificate that was issued for the person that allegedly died in South 35. We're going to try to get the instructor to give us a comment around this point. Thank you so much for your time. Just first things first, just confirm to us your name and your surname.
Thank you. I'm Mr. Ndo from Tindo Attorneys in Bloemfontein.
Let's start first with, having given Advocate Pela instructions, we're told that he's also facing charges against him of tender fraud. To have him come on this matter and instruct him on this matter, we're told he's going to actually be making an appearance in his own matter in the coming weeks.
But not to be rude, I feel like you're asking me, you're actually asking me an irrelevant question. I'm not a legal representative of Mr. Pela, I'm a legal representative of...
But you instructed Mr. Pela.
No, look, you can only ask me questions insofar as the proceedings around Mr. Bester's concerned. Anything outside that scope, I will not be in a position to comment.
Okay. So you're saying it does not affect your case?
No. I've already said I'm not going to comment on anything that has got to do with personal stuff around Mr. Pela. Ask me stuff that are actually surrounding the case of Mr. Bester. I'm his legal representative. I can engage with you on that. As for Mr. Pela, I think I'm the wrong person, so I will not be able to comment on that one.
Okay, refusing to comment on it's fine. Let's move on. So the issue around this application, you're saying that the court needs to satisfy itself using the example of Dr. Nandi Magudumana. How do you feel about the dismissal of your application?
Look, this is law. We will not always agree on certain things. When a court has ruled, it's for us to accept the ruling. Like I said when I had a chat with Griselda, that we will go back to the drawing board and we will make a trip where we are going to consult with our client extensively insofar as what transpired today is concerned, and we take instructions from there.
Does it then give us an indication of where you're likely to take your defense to, disputing that in fact the person that's come before court is indeed Thabo Bester?
No. I think we are not there as yet. The only, misunderstanding that maybe might have occurred is that we are not dealing with the merits as yet. These are preliminary issues that must be dealt with before we can proceed. We don't want a situation, that is the reason why we were actually approaching the matter from that angle. We don't want a situation where we deal with the matter and only to find out now that the identity of the accused person is now in question at a later stage. You are dealing with someone's freedom right now. So these are issues that must be cycled, and then we move with the matter.
So are you satisfied now that the court says it does not need or does not have any reason to believe that it's not him?
No, it's not so much about being satisfied. We have accepted the ruling, and we will deal with the matter from now until the 20th of June. Like I said with Griselda, it it's unclear what is going to happen from now until the 20th. We're still going to take instructions, and whatever happens in between, then we'll deal with it.
All right.